So most wrappers, when they're wrapping a Model 3, or really any Teslas, they will remove what we call the autopilot side repeaters. So this video is going to teach you exactly how to do that on the 2024 Model 3 Highland. I wanted to show you a very simple video, a short video of exactly how to do this. The good news is it's gotten way easier. So very quick history. Back in the day, when I say back in like 3 years ago, it literally you had to remove all of this stuff and then go underneath, and there were 2 clips right here, and then there was teeth right here at the top. A little bit harder. Also, it broke a lot, so you wanted to heat it up, and there was a lot of risk involved unless you really know what you're doing. So in this case, fast forward, this is significantly easier. Whenever we do any sort of like removals, you always want to be careful. So I like using this frog tape and then kind of getting under it. Right underneath, so this is a camera right here. I like using this like, I don't know, it's tapered, and this is one of our trim tools that we give. You just go straight up and right under there, and there's a teeth, okay? So sorry, the other way around. You'll kind of know once it's, there you go. So once you do that, it pops off. And let me just show you exactly. So I like using this because if you look at this tool, it's kind of tapered. So you can kind of go underneath, you're not damaging anything, and you're just kind of pushing it out, just like that, right? So kind of like there, and then you're just pushing it towards yourself. And look at this. This is the only thing that you're pushing out. This clip right here, right before the camera. And then if you look, there is a little bit here, but it's not really it. And these are just kind of like teeth, kind of very much similar to the previous one. But I can tell you this is significantly easier, and they add a little bit more padding, which is kind of nice, but it's a really easy way to kind of get it across. The other couple changes is these clips are way easier to remove as well. So the other one, actually there was one other connector here. When you removed it, it would actually break. This clip on the top of it was a black one. This one is very similar to some of the sensor ones. So all you have to do is just push it back, and then you just pull it out, just like that. All right, so this one's the same. And one key thing is it's actually a little bit hot, but essentially you just bring it back, so push. So I like using just a flathead, a smaller one, and you just, there you go. You see, I just use a flathead, push this down, and then kind of leverage that. And once you do that, this blue actually presses in, okay? So once you remove this, you just push and then pull. Don't force it. Like anything with removals, you should never force it. So that's pretty much how you remove it. Just so I can show you how to put it back on, because I think that's the next question. How do you put it back on safely? I'm not going to connect it. And before we do this, make sure you click on that subscribe button. We love creating these tutorials, but you subscribing will help us make a lot more of it. So let's just hypothetically say this is connected already. Very easy. You go from the bottom first, okay? And then you line it up. And then you push it in. The main thing is you want both the teeth to really grab. You don't want to do this like a lot, right? So this shouldn't be like, you shouldn't be removing this as often as we probably do, but just like that, super easy. And before we go, one final tip that I would explain is whenever we remove anything, we always like putting it on service mode. So to do that, you go to the settings, you click on Model 3 for about 5 to 10 seconds. It'll ask for access code, you put service, and then once you do that, it'll ask for a bunch of like, do you really want to get here? And you just say yes, enter. And then you'll get in service mode. That way it won't trigger. It knows that it's being worked on. So you won't freak out when you're removing the cameras. I think oftentimes, that's just a very common question I get from wrap shops and wrap friends that are like, hey, the camera doesn't work, how do I reset it, right? So if you actually stay on service mode, like you don't have to worry about that, and you could also reset it if you did have an issue. So that's pretty much it. To put it back, it's the same thing, just put it in. Make sure that red tab is all the way in and it clicks. There is a click sound, and then you saw how to put it together. So let us know in the comments below if you have any questions. Hopefully that was helpful. We're gonna go ahead and work on this car.